Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace the grommet and the fuel stem on any lawn and garden gas tank that there is. And this is going to be for the Husqvarna. I'll put the model number somewhere on the screen. And the tools you'll need is a grommet. I will link these down below. You'll need a pair of fuel line pliers or needle nose in general, something to cut with in case the line does not come off, a razor knife in case the line does not come off, and a regular pair of needle nose. So those are the tools you need. And some WD-40, super lube, or something to lubricate the stem when you put deep grommet in. So first off, we're going to remove this gas line. Now I took the tank out of the riding mower, which is what you have to do. Otherwise, I'll have a mess. There we go. Alright, then we'll take our fuel line pliers just like this, and the whole thing will come out, which is what you want. So the whole grommet came out of the gas tank, which is exactly what it is intended to do. It is time for this one to be replaced, as you can see. And now you're probably asking, how do we get the lines separated from the old grommet? Well, I'm replacing this fuel line anyways. So you take a razor knife and very carefully go right down the center, and that will free your grommet and your stem. Now you can reuse the stem. I'm replacing everything. And what you do is you pop the grommet in like this, and it fits loose in there because when you push this in there, it will expand. Put a lot of WD-40 on that and on this. And we've got to hold the tank, push this in, and that is how you replace the grommet and the stem with a fuel tank on a Husqvarna riding mower. Now all lawn and garden tractors use this. It is just a universal part. And do not use a metal stem because it will corrode and it will plug the fuel line out. Fuel filter. As you can see, this wasn't in terrible shape, but the tank had trash in it. And like I said, once you push this through, it expands in here and it makes it bigger. See there? How much bigger that is? And you put this through here. These stems you can reuse. If they're plastic, you can just buy the grommet. Now, if you want to replace your gas line, might as well include that in this video too, because chances are you're going to replace everything. This is the fuel line that I use. It is 30R7, and I buy it in a 25-foot roll. I'll lay it out like this. I'll know exactly where to cut it, and I always make mine a little long. So I got this lined up just perfectly. Let me zoom out here. Now y'all can see. I'm going to make a mark with my utility knife. I always leave it a little long, so that I know where to cut it at, which is going to be right here. And then I want to cut to where the filter goes. Now, fuel filters come in all shapes and sizes, and you got to know what one your equipment takes. This is one for use without a fuel pump. That is 150 microns. We're not going to use that one. This is one for certain engines that do not have a fuel pump but require a 75 micron fuel filter, Briggs & Stratton. This one here is universal for engines with fuel pumps, and yes, using the wrong fuel filter can restrict your fuel flow to your carburetor. So this is a universal one, and it's the same as that one. That's an OEM Briggs fuel filter. Here's another variation of a universal one, and here's another variation of a higher quality universal one that's got a metal screen in it that is a 51 micron for a Kohler. We're not going to use that. I'm going to use this one because it's equivalent to that one, but this one is too. And fuel filters have a mark on them, an arrow. This means this white part here, or the arrow, goes towards your carburetor. If you put it backwards, it won't work. So what if it don't have an arrow on it? Well, you put the tapered end towards your fuel tank, and the larger end goes towards your carburetor. Always make sure your fuel filters are of good quality, otherwise they will leak. Alright, so when we install the fuel filter, I'm going to snip the line here. I'm going to reuse all these clamps because I'm out of clamps right now. pull that clamp off, take our fuel filter, and we'll put the arrow going towards our carburetor. Let's say you're having trouble getting the fuel filter on. WD-40 is inert. It will not hurt anything in the fuel line or the carburetor. Spray a little WD-40 on there, and it'll slide on there perfectly. And we're going to take our other line here, which will go to our gas tank, and put some WD-40 in here as well. We'll take it, and on it went. Now you don't have to get them all the way up, just as long as it's over the step down. This is for a smaller gauge fuel line, which is not used. Don't cut that off. You just push the line up over this step down onto the 1/4 inch side right here, and it'll be a perfect fit. You don't need to get it all the way on here, as long as it's over that ridge. See, these here have a barb fitting on it. Most fuel filters do. Now we're going to install the new fuel line on our grommet. And again, we're going to take some WD-40 and spray it on line here. Go and make sure our clamp is on. Don't forget your clamp, because it locks the fuel line on here, because you see how loose it is. Put the clamp right there, and we are good to go. So that is how you replace this in your fuel line and filter on a Husqvarna riding mower and any other lawn and garden tractor that uses the same grommet and stem setup. I hope you all learned something today. That is the sole purpose of this channel. Before I go, I need to put the clamp on this end here, and always square up your ends. That's one last tip. Square up your ends so they'll fit properly. Ain't gonna take much off of here. You want a nice clean end, see there? You don't want a raggedy looking end. But anyways, hope y'all learned something. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. There'll be plenty more like this as time allows. Quick and easy fix. A lot of times these grommets rot out and you start dripping gas, or the line collapses. And when you ever go to take this line off, like what happened in my case, if the grommet comes out, you can't reuse it. It's best to replace it. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.